get it up. OBS is being a pill.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead.
I'll just get started then. Hello, everybody. My name is Emily. Hi. Emily Tinder. Hi, everybody. And I also went to the Reproductive Health Resources informational session last week sometime, I guess. And if you, like me, don't know what this organization is, I am thrilled to tell you about it. So if you guys remember, Planned Parenthood was defunded 2 years ago, something like that, or last year. And basically the practitioners from Planned Parenthood are now, they're operating out of the Marquette Medical Urgent Care as well as the Upper Great Lakes Family Health Center. And so Reproductive Health Resources is basically a nonprofit organization that has stepped up to provide the financial support to those patients that Planned Parenthood was originally providing to them through their services. So they are a 501c3 nonprofit started in July 2025. And they are basically funding and supporting reproductive health care services provided through local clinical partners. They're assuring medication abortion care by providing a sliding fee scale for individuals who cannot afford the full costs. And so I think they give something like 94% of the funds that they raise directly to patient care. It's an average of $211 of support per patient. And the total impact up until January of this year was $12,500 across 55 patients. They came from 8 UP counties and 4 counties in Wisconsin. And also 70% of the donations come from Marquette County, and the average donation is $100. So if you have any interest in donating to them, you can go to their website, which is reproductivehealthresources.com. And then another aspect of the organization, which I left my paper about, but they also do patient care bags. So they have like sewing bees for sewing together the bags and sewing like rice heat packs. And they also solicit donations. So I have a list of that if anybody is interested. I believe you can also go to the Peninsula Pharmacy in the medical center and you can purchase directly through them, and then it goes like right to the organization. So yeah, I think that's all the information. And then the other thing I just wanted to say is on your tables there are, it's a little like updated version of the Secured Satellite Services Incorporated paper that I gave out at a couple of meetings ago. And basically this is a defense contracting company that operates out of Marquette. They have a contract with an ICE facility in Arizona. This facility, like almost all of the other ones, has numerous detainee abuses that have been documented. Most recently, a Haitian asylum seeker died in ICE custody there. And so I am working on drafting an open letter if anybody would like to join me to help with that. And I also really need advice on how to distribute something like that so that it gets to the public eye. So if you have any interest in that, you can come talk to me. Otherwise, I put a call to action on the bottom of the forms that I passed out. So there's the Florence Immigrant and Refugee Rights Project, which basically operates in Florence and across Arizona, providing legal support and social services and things to people going through ICE detention in Arizona. So, yeah, I guess that's everything.
Thank you. Thank you. So I do have a pamphlet from the Reproductive Health Resource. You can Google them. They also are looking at dreaming. They are dreaming big. So they are looking at expanding what they can do, including STS testing, vasectomies, because pregnancies happen from sperm. Yeah. Gender affirming care. So Anna Aho Rink, who was originally at Planned Parenthood, is working with the UP Great Lakes group. IUDs, all of that, but all of that requires a lot of money. Their biggest stumbling block right now to opening an actual clinic, because they do not have a clinic, they are just connecting people to places, resources, financial resources, and places that they can go for care. Their biggest hurdle right now for a free clinic is malpractice insurance, which is $6,000 per practitioner, regardless of how often that practitioner is there. So that's one of the things that they are trying to get forward. And a lot of that is listed in that pamphlet I have. County Commission meeting, it was tabled for further consideration, those ARPA funds. And I looked, and it looks like I wrote what day the next meeting is. It's on the upcoming April 7th. Donovan is working on trying to find some other nonprofits, such as Mark Tran, Room at the Inn, one other one, to see and then do a proposal to the county commission saying, hey, each of these organizations could use about $500,000, and then the rest of it, can someone get the door for Donovan? And then the rest of it could go for that infrastructure stuff at the county courthouse and the jail. So Donovan is on that. I assume they're going to do, at the next meeting, they'll also fill Adamini's post. As long as, no?
That seat has been filled by Fred Benzie.
Fred Benzie has filled that seat. That's my person, so I need to get to know who that is.
And there is, if people are interested in the county commission, they need to get their information in very soon because April is the deadline for electing a county commissioner to that seat.
So April is, so you have to file to run for that seat by April?
Yes, I cannot remember
okay.
the exact date.
So Fred Benzie is our temp, and then file to run, deadline is April something. Okay. Anything else for the county commission? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to come up? Because I don't really like holding the mic all the time.
Yep. The video's not on for anyone who wants to talk.
Okay, so the information on, we went to the county commission looking for some kind of a proposal on how they would be dealing with ICE and federal agents. They're kind of slow walking it, but then there have been a lot of other things, meeting another county commissioner, and so they haven't quite gotten around to it. It did not make this April 7th agenda yet, but someone on the county commission is going to try to force that. And somebody emailed me asking that we go in support on Tuesday, April 7th to say, please follow through with this. We're not letting it go. So if you could please attend again just to say, we're following up. Where's the info? Okay, I think that's it on county commission. Thank you.
What other updates? No Kings. Do we want to do an update? Of course. Sorry, I jumped in and didn't even.
What was that number? Put your pants on.
I don't know. I got a lot of signatures on the mop-up petition, and a lot of people were new. I do know that. A lot of people, it was their first time. Should I share this story that? So, Joe, safety. So I don't know if it was you, but Jen shared yesterday about one of our safety people seeing someone crying, a driver crying. Was it you? No? That there was a safety person. Barb, do you know about this? That they saw someone at an intersection driving a car, and that person was crying. And so the safety person went over, must have been a red light, hopefully, right, and asked, are you okay? And the driver said, I didn't know this many people felt the same way as I do. Oh, I got the goosebumps. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why we're out there. Okay. Okay.
Hey everybody, Tina Taylor. Excuse me. I don't have any specific numbers. For the amount of attendance, I personally felt like I interacted with about 1,000 people. Um, and I have also heard somebody else say that they physically counted 1,200 people. So somewhere between those numbers. There is some drone footage up on the Yoopers Unite Facebook page, and I'm not sure if it's been transported over to Discord yet or not, but we'll get it there if it hasn't. And then also the Lake Superior Regional Indivisible website. Do we have it up on there yet? Do you know, Brad? No? Okay. So we'll be working on that. I feel like I did walk the whole loop once, and I had so many people say such positive things, well wishes, thank yous for all the people who help organize and be there and wearing yellow or orange vests and all the things, the time and effort that goes into making an event like this successful and safe. Um, Lots and lots of appreciation. We saw a lot of families and young people there, which I was ever so pleased with. We had very, very little negative interactions. There was one prior to the event starting, and then there was one with a truck revving his engine, and our Marquette City's finest let him know that wasn't appropriate. So I was told by the person who said something to that police officer to thank them for following through on that, that the police officer responded with thank you for what you're doing too. So, oh, yep, here's our safety person.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank the safety team for that was many miles they covered. Jeff and James, brand new, came to town and joined the safety team. Yes. And about the incident with the revving up truck and things, I sent an email to the police captain that we have been communicating with and thanked him for what the Marquette police did to enforce the law, and for someone that was trying to disrupt a peaceful protest by threatening with his vehicle. And I asked him to send that message on to the rest of his people, and how much and I hope that that person heard how much the crowd appreciated that.
For sure. For sure. So my mom told me a story yesterday. She was standing down the corner opposite, across from the post office, and she had seen a little, like a newer, sporty black car with tinted windows, and she could hear people yelling as it was coming closer to her, and she braced herself that she was really sure it was going to be a MAGA supporter telling everybody where they could go. And when the car got close enough to her, they had all the windows down, and there were 4 young gentlemen in it with an explicitive, but it was a F Trump explicitive. So that warmed my mother's heart. She actually said the F word when she was repeating the story. And if you know my mom, that would catch you off guard. So I just wanted to, I guess, express what a diverse group of people attended, and how well it was received both by the businesses. We had a great, well, I think we had a pretty good turnout for food bank wise. Joanne, do we have any numbers? Oh, okay. So, as you might know, the food co-op allowed us to use their east parking lot to do food pantry collection, and they we put the little flyers of suggested donation items and stuff in the co-op, as well as handed them out on the street. And I was so happy to see people going in and spending their money in the local establishments. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. Yeah, Lisa?
How did we do with cash donations wise? I never heard about that.
You haven't heard because I haven't said anything about it yet. So LSRI, with the buckets going up and down the street, earned basically $300. I think it was $297. And I don't have the number for what came through electronically. I assume there was more of that because a lot of people like to do it electronically and not carry cash. But we haven't had our official meeting to talk about those numbers yet. So all in all, I think it was very well received, very well attended for being this time of year in this climate. And people keep asking what's next. LSRI is having their next open membership meeting on Tuesday, April 6th? Monday, April 6th. And it is a potluck. So it is another social event, another free dinner. So come on out and grab some food. But we're going to also be talking about upcoming things and what's next in our political activism realms. So we anticipate we'll have new people there. We had lots of new people take the card, how to sign up. On your tables, there is a little card that if you have not yet signed up, please do so, so that we at least have a head count and I know how much coffee to make, if nothing more than that. So food pantry.
Yeah, got it.
This is the food pantry. So our first big donation of the year went to St. Vincent de Paul of Marquette on Friday, 3/20. It included a buildup of our weekly donation plus purchase with a $61 donation collected at the Candlelight Vigil. Joanne heard a lot of very happy oohs and ahs from the volunteers as they peeked in the bags of our 290-pound donation. Just a reminder, according to the Alice report, 41% of working households in Marquette County are food insecure. So thank you for your donations. The Valentines and candy were brought to the KI Resource Center at the end of January, and then the No Kings totals will be coming when she's ready to present that. I don't want to take too much more time on announcements and those kinds of things. I do want to point out I try to keep the events on the agenda updated, so please take a look. I try to at least highlight or put new if it's something new on there, and if you have things that I missed, let me know. Is there anything else that we need to do an update on, or?
Did you mention the 8 p.m. Video for the stream? They missed that.
Oh, those of you that are streaming, we are thinking that we will be able to join the Indivisible call at 8 o'clock. Okay. And now, we haven't seen Blair's face in a while, but thanks, Blair, for coming. As I heard Tina say, or someone like, hey, we even made food for you.
It's Blair time!
Yeah, here you go.
God help you all. You have to look at this thing. Yeah, I just wanted to say, Paula, thank you very much. And you guys have done a wonderful job with this. I see you've moved up in the world and you have sweatshirts now. So obviously we're doing great things, and we're all doing it in our own way and together. And you know, with Yoopers Unite, of course, it's all about sharing information and getting everybody connected and doing things from the local all the way up to the big time. And you know, as Amanda and Sharon would attest, you know, we've been traveling to D.C. We are coming up on another one, Ukraine Action Summit, through the American Coalition for Ukraine. And if anybody wishes to join, you still have up until the 6th of April to register for the next Action Summit. As a delegate from Michigan, I am a Michigan delegation leader. Nadia Pekauskas is the Michigan leader up in Houghton. And we will get you there safely around, and of course talking to legislators, because that's one of the things we can do as well. So if you really want to have a big impact, then that's one way to do it. Another way is to use our...
So registration is April 6th. When is the actual day?
Yeah. The deadline is April 7th, I believe, but April 6th is what you should register by if you wish to go. It's maybe a couple $100 to register. You have to get to D.C., you have to get around D.C. and that kind of thing. But of course, I'll have my car there, and you know, I can help get us around, or we use Uber or whatever. But you go to Capitol Hill. You go to a bunch of summits. Oh, from April 19th through the 22nd. So it's like 2 or 3 days of summit events and seminars, training, that kind of thing, social hours. It's just the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life, I think. And it's very rewarding because it's going to lead me to what I'm about to talk to next. When you go to these summits, you get to meet a bunch of wonderful people. A lot of them are disabled veterans from Ukraine that have lost limbs and have come back to the States to advocate for Ukraine on Capitol Hill with their Congress members. There's a whole bunch of things to talk about regarding that. So if you're interested, and you can spend maybe about $1,000 to about $1,500, maybe a little bit more, depending on the place you stay at. It's very well worth it. You get to literally meet with the legislators or their staff, and you go through the whole training and everything. You see how Washington works. You get to talk to every single Michigan legislator if you want to, while you're there, if you want to.
They open the doors there?
Yeah.
Including Jack.
Sometimes they don't.
He showed up eventually.
Sometimes they don't. But lately, in the most recent summit, this is kind of, part of everything that we do is to create that atmosphere where it becomes acceptable to advocate for the things that we care so much about, from the local all the way up to DC. And this is one thing that I've really learned, is they are opening their doors to us. Even James, whatever his name is from downstate, opened his doors to us the last time, which was unheard of. And this is how we make change. We start at the grassroots and we work our way up. But at the same time, if we have to go bigger, we will punch higher. And that's exactly what we did. So at the summit that I attended back in April of last year, I ended up running, and that was my second summit that I attended. I was able to meet with a bunch of other American veterans who have gone on to fight for Ukraine. So this is something that I came up with. I happen to know a movie director in Hollywood. I happen to know these